Yo, what up, everyone, and welcome back to last week's review in football. This is the weekly update show on what happened last week with regards to my fantasy Premier League, my Super Group picks, and then lastly my betting slips. So starting off with my fantasy Premier League side, I'm very disappointed with myself. So I didn't think St. Maximin would start. And so I left him on my bench, and he ended up getting 12 points, and very disappointed because that's 12 points I would have loved to have had, and yeah, just a bit unfortunate. I think a little bit unlucky this week. Also choosing Jimenez as my captain, maybe, yeah. I mean, I think it was worth the risk, but I think Wolves are also struggling a bit at the moment, so probably a bit idiotic. Going forward though, I think the next time I make a video just going on my picks for the week, I'm going to use my wild card and just make some all-round changes to the squad. It's not terrible, but I do think I'm going to change it up a bit, get some of these players out of there, and yeah, just moving forward, there's going to be a lot of changes to this team. So now moving on to my Super Group picks, we've got the first match, Chelsea vs Palace. I said Chelsea would win 3-1. Chelsea ended up winning 4-0. Yeah, pretty highly predictable results from the community. Everton vs Brighton, I said Everton would win 2-0. They won 4-2. Again, pretty highly predictable by the community. Then Leeds vs City, I said City would win 2-1, ended up being a 1-1 draw. There was a pretty unexpected result, however not as unexpected as I might have thought. Then looking at Newcastle vs Burnley, I said it would be a 1-1 draw. Newcastle ended up winning it 3-1. I was in the 30%, which isn't the worst prediction, but yeah, it ended up being fairly predictable by the community. Then moving on to Leicester vs West Ham, I said Leicester would win 2-0. West Ham ended up winning 3-0, a major upset for the community. Not a lot of people, 2% of the community predicted that West Ham would win. And then Southampton vs West Brom, I said it would be 2-2. Southampton won 2-0, a fairly predictable result according to the community, however. Then Arsenal vs Sheffield United, I said Arsenal would win 3-0. Arsenal ended up winning 2-1. Tighter game than I expected, but again, the community, it was pretty highly predicted. Wolves vs Fulham, I said Wolves would win 2-1. They won 1-0. I've got it relatively close, and it was a pretty predictable result. And then United vs Spurs, I said it would be a 1-1 draw. Spurs ended up coming out 6-1 winners. It's an upset, but not a major upset. Yeah, it's a right call. I think the community is getting them right quite a bit, but with this one, this was very unpredictable in my opinion. And then lastly, I said Liverpool would beat Villa 2-0. I guess that Liverpool correctly would get 2 goals. I didn't see them conceding 7. Villa coming out 7-2 winners in that one. That's huge. It was a major upset. And yeah, well done to Villa on that one. Like really well done. That means looking at it, out of the possible 10 outcomes, I got 4 right and 0 exact results. The average outcome, correct outcome guesses was 5.39, so well below average there for this week. Disappointing, then a couple weeks of disappointing results. So an international break coming up. Let's see if we can maybe just reset and gather ourselves and be better going forward. And right, looking at my slips for the week, and as you can see there, no greens whatsoever. So I won nothing this week. This was a bad week, guys. This was just, last week was bad. This was worse. This was very bad. So let's dive in. Let's see where we went wrong. Starting with my win slips, only one win slip this last week, and that was on the weekend, and I got 2 out of 4. FC20 drew and Montpellier lost to Olympic Nims. Rangers and Benfica won, but unfortunate, it's the way it goes. Now moving on to my double chance slip for the week, I got 3 out of 4. Unfortunately, I said Belenenses would win or draw. Unfortunately, Familia Cow ended up winning 2-1. So I got everything else right. I said Antalya Sport would win or draw, Dynamo Kiev would win or draw, and Real Madrid would win or draw. But the one with the highest odds was the one that sunk me there. Moving on to my weekend double chance slip. Not terrible, but really not that great. 19 out of 23. I said Antalya Sport would win or draw. They ended up losing 1-0. Then we go all the way down to Leicester. Leicester lost to West Ham, and Montpellier lost to Nims. And then Brentford lost to Preston North End. So, a bit unfortunate. Just didn't go my way this week. Then moving on to my Premier League slip, 7 out of 10 for me. I said the ones that I lost on again, Leicester versus West Ham. Leicester lost 3-0. I said United to win or draw over Spurs. Spurs ended up winning, and Liverpool to win or draw, and they ended up losing. So again, just not my week, guys. Just not my week. And then moving on to my outside betting chances, I said Brighton would beat United during the week in the EFL Cup. They actually ended up losing 3-0. And then the weekend's outside chance slip, unfortunately, whilst I did predict that Chelsea would win by 0 and that there would be 10 or more corners, there weren't 3 or more bookings in the game, unfortunately. So I didn't get that right. I think in future I'm gonna steer away from builder bets for outside bet chances. I think I should be going for like a one-off. I think this team will win, or I think this match will be a draw, or something like that. So in future I will be moving away from builder bets though. Unfortunately, guys, that has left us R6.34 in the red, with no wins this week. This past week, that's hurt. At least the previous 3 previous weeks, we've at least won something to help, but we won nothing this week. So let's hope that this coming week we can make up for it and get a nice big bet. It's the international, so hopefully slightly less bets, but it'll be more secure. Hopefully, one hopes. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's it for me for this week. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I know this week was pretty trash, so anyway, guys, hit that like button if you like what you see, and yeah, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you guys around.